Physical media? Who needs physical media? You use your phone to call, text, listen to music, watch television, and read nowadays. No need to carry around those lousy CDs, or even worse, cassette tapes. Luckily, it's portable. Oh, what is that? You need to subscribe to keep your songs downloaded, or purchase a license to listen? Oh, well. What can come with not owning your music? Oh, they can just be removed from your device anytime? Okay, well, that's just one problem with using your phone as your daily driver. Surely the shows you downloaded will be there. Oh, you forgot to renew your subscription to Netflix? Yikes. Maybe there is a point to owning media. As out of trend as it seems today, let's discuss media and why it is important and why it should still be a tangible item rather than some download on a sketchy site that totally isn't going to put a million viruses on your computer. 1910, a time uncertain for many Americans, yet quite the time for music. Trying to relax after a long day at work, you sit down. Not many luxuries a man couldn't afford. You put on your recently purchased record, a 78. It's some jazz. You read your newspaper, waiting for the wife to come home after purchasing groceries. The needle brings to life the music scratched into the vinyl. Not before today, many men had the money to afford such music, as it would have to have been a live music. Yet with the records, it was a common man's luxury now. In the 1800s was the birth of this invention for the gramophone. It is difficult to pin the creation to any one name, but it is safe to say that they are a historical piece of art. Continuing, mostly known as the record player in late years, 78s have always been the popular type, all the way up to the 1940s, which interrupted the creation due to World War II, being replaced by other types of records, which personally is not that deep to figure out all the different types. We're just appreciating the totality of physical media here. Most records, if not all, are difficult to take care of, because they can be scratched and simply just ruined. A scratch record cannot be repaired easily, if at all. And how you play records every time risks that. Although you can argue the degradation of records with time and use can sound beautiful with the static that leaks in. It still will never be the same as it was, and maybe that's the point. It's 1989. You have amassed a large collection of cassettes, putting them in your portable player for long bus rides in the morning for school. You have to choose a cassette. Some have select songs, others have albums, all selected by you and for you, curated. Some were handouts from your friends in high school with their underground and totally not edgy band. Others were mixtapes from you sitting patiently at your record, hoping for that one song to come on, and anxiously waiting to press record. Over time, the magnetic tape decays from use, from the weather, although there may be something beautiful about it, as you could argue with all physical media. The cassette, something dear to few nowadays, since the digitalization or optimization in other formats. The invention, a plastic case surrounding a film coated in magnetic powder, that same film containing the heart of the album or singles. Released August 1963 in Europe by a well-known company, Philips. Next year in November it hits America. Trying to keep the dear item in good condition is not easy. The weather, specifically the humidity, ruins the film, as does using it. To be expected, there are limited amounts of existing cassettes, dwindling every day, whether it's from a niche, albeit cringy, physical band, or albums from more famous bands. Their cassettes equally degrade with time. Restoration is not easy. If the case is cracked, you might have to get it replaced. Yet if you're not careful, you may ruin the film yourself. If there's dirt or grime on your cassette, you might have to submerge it in water, if you choose not to go professional. Yet even then it might succumb to water damage. After the cassette was the VHS, although typically containing different media, that being movies or shows, it came out in 1976 in Japan, making it to the United States in 1977. It dominated the households as it was the first time watching recorded movies and shows at home became a common man's luxury instead of a luxury for the rich, because now they didn't need those large films movie theaters used. Sure, television has existed for a while, but the ability to record whatever was on air at the time to watch it later, or buying movies was not available at the time. It suffers similar issues with degradation. The film is ruined with time due to weather and just temperature. and it is hard, if not impossible, to repair a broken VHS, either needing to fully replace the film, which gets damaged in light, or replace the case. So they are a piece of media dying with time, similar to the cassette.
Have you ever wanted to listen to your music without having to rewind the tape to listen to it again? Introducing CDs, the most versatile media form. You can listen to all of your music, and you can skip songs. What a revolution! Along with this, CDs were used to store many games, mainly on the PlayStation 1. VHS was the cassette of video, and DVD is the CD of video. They just evolved, basically. DVDs can store more video than a VHS, plus it looks way better.
Well, this is not an essay about online media today. I'm not going to get into the history of it. Yet with it does come impacts on physical media. With everything being digitalized, there is no real need for it. Not to the masses, at least. Yet with that, you cannot own anything but a temporary license unless otherwise stated. From games to movies to music, you rarely own it unless you go out of your way today. When in years prior, it was normalized to own whatever you buy rather than simply a license. This leads to people trying to find items that did not make it to the digital age, which has a problem of people forgetting or physical copies of it being destroyed, which brings up the idea of archiving media, using physical copies to make sure it is accessible and not forgotten no matter what. Yet with that comes the issue of you will never experience it like the past generations have. If we let physical media die out, ownership die out, there may be an ethical question to ask if it's better for the environment to own online or to own physical. But that's not the point of it. The point of this essay is to understand that physical media, despite dying out, holds relics that will be forgotten and experiences that will be forgotten as well. No more waiting for a song in your nearby store. No more hangouts just for music. It's all online. Bittersweet. Maybe hypocritical from a video posted on YouTube. I'm not saying online media doesn't have its luxuries, just it should not replace digital media.
I think the home video versions of my films, the definitive versions, are the Blu-ray and the 4K versions, because there's much less compression. There's very specific authoring. We control the color of the picture, the brightness, all these things. When you stream a film, it's like broadcasting a film. We don't have much control over how it goes out. And also, being able to hold it in your hand and see the artwork and the posters, and have the names, it's a real thing.